Back Wednesday, Thursday, 2 nights in a row. You guys get me. We got a big night tonight. We got actually 3 guests coming on, maybe even a 4th. We're going to talk to newly signed BKFC fighter who will be fighting February 5th at Knucklemania. His name is Bandon Lambert, and I will go ahead and bring him in right now. What's up, Malo?
What is going on, Mish'n?
Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Everybody needs to get familiar with Bandon Lambert. If you're not familiar with him, you haven't been on the internet very much these days. So he will be making his pro debut February 5th at Knucklemania against a man named Jared Grant, right? Kid Gotti?
Yeah, a boy named Jared Grant, yeah. He's fighting a man named Malo Lambert, so that's
Malo Lambert, yeah. So he's got, he's 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you know about Mr. Grant and his opponents that he has faced so far?
I don't know a whole lot about him. I chat with I chat with one of his opponents, Josh, a little bit. I just think he fought people that mentally broke. If you watch the first fight he fought against Josh just kind of covered up, hunched over, did the 90-degree angle, and took the punches until he had to take a knee. And then Johnson dropped him. Johnson was working him, got tired, lost focus, got hit, and then never recovered.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to say that Jared's a bum, he's junk, whatever. I'm just not worried about him. I'm just not worried about him at all. I've watched his 2 fights. I haven't watched his he's a good boxer and shit, but this is not boxing.
Yeah. Now tell me about your background as far as a fighter goes, because I got to tell you, man, I was scouring the internet for Bandon Lambert footage, Bandon Lambert training footage, fight footage. I could not find a goddamn thing. So you are a mystery.
Yeah.
How did you end up trolling your way into the BKFC? Please explain me this. It's a phenomenal story.
I know, it's crazy, right? Well, as far as my background, people got to realize back when I fought, 14, 15, 16 years ago, posting shit on YouTube and on social media wasn't a thing. We got some photos and took some videos. I had those in a box. I lost those in a divorce, so I don't have those anymore. Those aren't things that I would put out on YouTube. I just didn't give a shit about social media or the internet at that time. I was living in Thailand when I was fighting, so I didn't really have access to internet anyway. And when I came over here, that was like the last thing on my mind anymore, you know what I mean? So that's why there's no fight footage. Okay. But the reason I talk the way I talk is because I know what I've done. I know what I can do. And as far as how I trolled my way onto BKFC, buddy, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. It's insane. I was supposed to fight. So I went to a couple bare knuckle events, and I was supposed to I ended up talking with Nate, and Nate's like, we'll put you on toe the line. We'll put you on toe the line. And I was like, all right, cool. And then my manager, shout out to Goat Combat Sports Agency, my management team, they kind of was going back and forth, getting me opponents lined up, and I was supposed to fight December 11th in Biloxi. And then COVID hit. BKFC 15 moved it from Kansas to Biloxi, so they canceled the toe the line event. So I was without a fight at that point. A bunch of I was supposed to fight like 2 or 3. I was supposed to fight Adam Pellerano. Supposed to fight 2 or 3 other people that were actually on the BKFC card. They moved them up from toe the line to BKFC. I was kind of bummed, but whatever. And then I was leaving Puerto Rico. Shout out to Elvin Brito. I was out in Puerto Rico training with him, and I was flying home to Florida, and I messaged fucking Good John, hey, let me know if you come into Florida, whatever, just being nice. Mm-hmm. And he had a comment that I made on Kevin Smith, his manager's post, saying, I hope he didn't just come here to get knocked out. He took offense to that and then told me we were going to fight. So I ran with that. And I ended up getting a fight, just not with him yet.
Did you end up seeing him anywhere in person or no?
Yeah. I was in Biloxi. He was in Biloxi. I went up to him. I shook his hand or whatever. Because like
it was all cool.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's a cool ass dude. I just don't think he's a great fighter. And I just told him, I was like, we'll meet someday in the ring, blah 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 blah. And then after he's seen me, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 hours later, I was blocked on social media. And
Interesting.
I dwarf Tyler Goodjohn, like dwarf.
Well, dude, I wanted to ask you that. Like, how tall are you?
6'1".
6'1". You're fighting at 135 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
What do you walk around at?
I normally walk around like 155.
Wow.
But I can go up I can fight as high as 75. But my weight can fluctuate pretty good. I don't have all the miles on my body that a normal 37-year-old would have.
Yeah.
I've taken off for like 13, 14 years. So I've been on the shelf for a minute. You know what I mean? Like all my fighting was in my super young prime.
Was all your fight? Were you mostly boxing? Were you Muay Thai? Muay Thai.
So we had up
you said Thailand, so
up in Chiang Mai we had Muay Thai, but it had kind of like Lethwei rules. We couldn't do anything. We could do everything in Lethwei except for headbutts. You couldn't use your head. So I fought, I think, close to 8 matches. I think it was 8. It was either 8 or 9 matches with those rules. Mm-hmm. And those are bare knuckle. You know what I mean? So it's not like I have zero bare knuckle experience. I'm just used to more shit coming at me other than just hands. Like, I think this is going to be a cakewalk for me. Honestly, no disrespect. Well, I don't care if I disrespect him or not, but like, I just think I'm going to walk through Grant and then I'm going to call my shots. Like, I'm going to be around BKFC for a long, long time.
Well, I saw that Grant's, I didn't see it on his Instagram, but his management team, they took a shot with you. Like, you're the king of the, you're the king internet. I don't like calling the word troll because troll makes you sound like an asshole, but you know how to rile people up on the internet. That is for sure. And the thing is about you don't discriminate weight classes either, because like you and I actually interacted on one post that you said about Lorenzo Hunt, and I'm like, I don't know about that. And then you had a good reason, and I had a good rebuttal back and forth. But I'm like, Lorenzo Hunt's 195 fucking pounds. Why is this guy talking shit?
Well, I wasn't talking shit. Like, I like Lorenzo. Lorenzo's cool. Like, he was out to tryouts.
Yeah.
And my fucking God, he is a monster. There's no denying that. That dude. He was in there holding pads for 4 or 5 hours. I mean, he had better workout than any of the guys in there. Like, I have a lot of respect for him, so I kind of take back what I said. I think I was just in my feelings at that point. But like, so a lot of people think that because I criticize somebody that I'm calling them out or want to fight them. Like, I have no interest in going up past 165, unless it's for David Rickles. I would fight David Rickles at 175 for sure. Nice. Only reason is because he has a great name, and I think I can beat him. That's it.
Nice.
No difference to the man or anything.
Now, I know you said you were ultra confident in this fight with Jared Grant. How did size-wise, you got quite a height and quite a reach advantage on him, right?
I think so. I think he's like 5'7".
Yeah, I think you do. So is the plan to stay on the outside and pick him apart, or?
Yeah, I honestly think I'm going to drop him within the first 30 seconds. Because if he stands with me like he was those other dudes, he's going to sleep quick. Because I have more power than anybody he's ever faced. And he just doesn't do well with pressure. He doesn't do well backing up. He hit Johnson with a good hook backing up. Yeah. But Johnson walked through it. Johnson walked through like 3 of those. Yeah. So if he couldn't, and no disrespect to Chris Johnson, but Chris Johnson's a lot tinier than I am. So if that didn't faze him, I just don't. This is not a good matchup for Grant. It's not.
Yeah, I figured like so your ideal weight class would be like what, 145, 155?
Yeah, I really want to go for the 145-pound belt. Just depending on how this fight goes, I may stay at 135 because I've got a couple of different guys in 135 that I want to fight. Like, I know that I'm just coming in and I'm debuting and I'm talking all this shit about all these experienced fighters, but it's just because I think I can beat them, man. It's not like I'm coming off the couch like, oh, hold my beer. I did say one time that this is the ultimate hold my beer moment because everybody was telling me, you'll never get a fight, you'll never get signed. And lo and behold, here I am on the biggest card that they've ever had.
All right, we got an internet, we got a comment from a girl named Shannon. She wants to see them knuckles again.
Yeah, I showed them to her earlier.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
I showed you my knuckles. Let me see them titties.
Atta boy. So talk a little bit about your training, because you were training with American Top Team, correct? And now your head coach is a fucking legend, King Mo.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than King Mo.
Talk a little bit about being able to pick the brain of a guy like King Mo. Like, good Lord, that dude's been through it all and done it all. So,
oh yeah. So I mean, the benefits of that is this dude's been everywhere. He's been in every type of fight. He's seen every type of fight. He's cornered every type of fight. So there's a lot of things that I knew already that he's actually retaught me or re-innovated.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of shit. There's going to be a lot of veteran moves that these guys haven't seen before. Like you said, Mo is a legend. He's not just a fighter or a past fighter. He's a legend. He's a legend for a reason. So I'm very blessed to have him on my corner. And then I'm also working with the striking coach from ATT, Coach Gabriel. And I love it.
I mean, for anybody that thinks you're coming off the streets with no experience at all,
they're retarded.
To be in the company that you're in these, training with American Top Team and King Mo, and I saw you with Dustin Poirier and that. What were you doing there? You were doing some sort of cognitive study or something.
Yeah, we're doing cognitive study with Mind Body. Shout out to Mind Body. Mind Body 1. And then we were doing stuff over at Phil Drew's gym.
Right.
I used to do strength and conditioning with Phil Drew till we fell out.
Right. So, like, for those who were not just paying attention to what we just talked about, the guys he's been training with, one of them's about to fight Conor McGregor, possibly for the lightweight title in the UFC. You don't get any bigger than that.
Yeah. And he's coming to the fight.
He's coming?
Yeah, he confirmed with me that he'll be home on the 25th, and he would not miss my fight. So he'll be there in attendance as well.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, he's an awesome guy, man.
Yeah,
and like what him and Conor did to kind of like almost strong arm the UFC into giving them that fight, that was outstanding. And then for, as bad as Conor's been the last couple of years in everybody's eyes, he's really kind of matured, and to give $500,000 to Dustin's charity there, that's pretty fucking cool too. So
yeah,
those guys are doing some good things.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can give away with charities and things like that, I'm all for. Despite what you do personally, if you're helping other people, people make mistakes. People are allowed to jack up. I mean, what would you do if somebody handed you $50 million? Would you act like an asshole? Probably.
Oh, I've had this conversation with many people, and I said, listen, man, by the time Conor was 29 years old, he had $100 million in the bank.
And he was dead broke before.
I wouldn't be here today if I was 29 years old with $100 million. I have a good feeling that I probably would have done something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, good for him for only doing what he's done.
Yeah, I would have done a lot of that shit.
Yeah. So I saw somewhere that you're microdosing mushrooms, or you had been.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm a big believer in microdosing.
Can you talk about that for a minute? Because from what I know about mushrooms from 25 years ago when I was in high school, everyone would just eat them out of a bag and trip their faces off.
Yeah.
I don't know what microdosing magic mushrooms does for you, and what's the positive? I don't know how to say it. What good comes out of that?
Okay, so microdosing is taking small amounts, like 0.3 grams instead of a whole gram. Like most people take 2 to 4 grams and have a big trip. And so what you do is you take, like what I do is I throw the caps in a fruit processor, blend them all up, and then I make gummies out of them. And then I'll take 2 or 3 gummies, and I'll take those throughout the day. Now I end up taking about 8 grams throughout the day. But what it does for me is I suffer from severe depression, as you can tell by the tattoos on my face and the neck. I suffer from severe depression. And what magic mushrooms do is actually helps reset your brain and take all of those pathways that are all twisted, untwines them, sends them up straight, and you actually will face your demons and your troubles without even figuring out how. Like you just come to peace with them. And then they come back after a few months, and then you have to microdose again. But I recommend microdosing or just tripping on shrooms to anybody that's suffering with any kind of mental issues.
Yeah.
That's why Dana White and them are talking about using those for fighters, because I mean, I'm not the only person that does it. I'm just the only person that has the balls to talk about it. Like I was microdosing while I was at the gym. Like when I was training, doing mitt work and stuff, I was microdosing then. You talk about an awesome experience. You're more focused. Your reactive time is a lot faster, and you absorb everything that's around you.
That's extremely fascinating to me. And like, you did this every day, or?
No, I would do it. So I had what they called shroom Saturdays. I would wake up Saturday morning and I would start taking shrooms all day long. Go to the gym, hit pads, whatever. And then I would do this all day. And I lived on the beach, like on the beach. So I would sit out on the beach. I'd stare at the sun, stare at the ocean, whatever. And it just helped reset me mentally. And that's what actually drove me to do what I've done to get where I'm at right now. Is I saw me inside of that circled ring with a medal around my neck on one of my trips, and I knew I have to do this. So that's why, like, because normally, like, I get bored if I don't get something within the first month or two. Fuck it, I'm done. I mean, this was like 6 or 7 months,
dude.
And, you know,
So can we talk about that? Because you said you went through about a depression.
Mm-hmm.
I being military, we go through a lot of we have a lot of depression in the military. We have a lot of suicide in the military. We go through a lot of resiliency training in the military. Can you talk a little bit about how you had the resilience to overcome that? Maybe it was the mushrooms, but did you talk to a therapist or anything, or was fighting your therapy? Because guys in my line of work, they need to find an outlet,
mm-hmm.
because they sit in their fucking houses and they just booze themselves to death or take antidepressants until they end up fucking killing themselves. What you did seems absolutely amazing. You know, microdosing mushrooms and decide to go bare knuckle fight.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I still haven't what they call cured it. I still get depressed really, really bad, and still need to come out of it. I do pretty much what the rest of your brothers and sisters do from the military with the PSTD or PTSD. I just don't talk about it with nobody.
Right.
Shut myself off in a room. And like, I've always thought that I was going to be something great. You know, like, most kids want to grow up and be a fireman or a policeman. Like, I knew I was going to be somebody of stature. And by the time I was 35 years old, I completed every single life goal I ever had. And that's when I really hit depression, is because you lose yourself.
There was nothing left to go for, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, all these superstars and all these athletes that are killing themselves, a lot of it, you know, the athletes have to do with CTE for sure. And I'm sure that a lot of your colleagues have CTE as well that they're battling with, you know, concussion grenades and everything else. But I mean, with everything that's going on within the world, you get this overwhelming sense of like, I can't do any more than what I am now. And it kind of brings you down. So like, millionaires will kill themselves after they, you know, they're millionaires. They have everything they ever want, and they're just lonely people. That's where the phrase "money can't buy happiness."
Right.
It can't. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You can have all the toys in the world, but you need something to complete you. The one thing that I'm missing 4 things in my life. I have 3 children that are with my wife that my wife took from me, and that's what brought all this other shit. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be fighting. I wouldn't be doing shit. I'd be running a company, being good. And I lost the love of my life, Zara Mayrada. I had cheated on my wife with her for like 7 years, and I chose my children's well-being over being with her.
Mm-hmm.
I lost everything, and I lost my house. I lost everything. And that's what really brought on the depression. That's what got me in King Mo to really, really kind of become super, super close.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to come down to Florida, because I'm a California guy.
Right.
You got to come down to Florida. Came down to Florida. I was weighing like 110 pounds probably. I mean, I looked like I was going to die.
6'1".
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I wasn't eating. I didn't give a shit about anything. Like I'm still heartbroken over this girl, man. Like I still do my own thing or whatever, but like I love this girl deeply, and yeah, it's weird. I love her. So if anybody knows Zara Mayrada, Reseda, California, tell her that I'm still looking for her.
Reseda, that's where Daniel's son moved to from Jersey.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is like it's just all that shit, the Canoga Parkway and all that shit where they're at. Like I know all those roads. I can't even watch Cobra Kai because of that. Everybody's like, Cobra Kai. I'm like, no, dude, I can't.
You got PTSD from Reseda?
Well, yeah, I can't. Yeah, because it just makes me miss her, bro. Like it just makes me miss her.
Jesus.
So, but I would ask all of your brothers and sisters to look into magic mushrooms. It's not for the high that you want. It's for the
therapeutic.
Yeah, the mental reset. It's life changing.
I can tell you that if they're actively in the military, they cannot be microdosing mushrooms. They will get booted real quick. But maybe the veterans that are outside, we got a couple in the comment section that are very interested right now. So.
I mean, they're more than welcome. Share my social media. They're more welcome to hit me up on social media. I'll be able to guide them through what I do. So there's a lot of different stuff that you can do to treat depression. I just haven't found those things yet. Shrooms are the only thing that's really worked for me. I've tried booze and pills and gambling and sex and everything else, and nothing helps but mushrooms.
And before we let you go, you have like. When you were talking about money doesn't buy you anything, you have like $1 million company, right? Terp House does very well for you. You don't need to fight for the money. You're not doing this for the money.
I'm actually giving my purse away. I'm donating it. Me and Elvin Brito and my management company, we're going to start a little gym in Puerto Rico. I'm going to donate all my fight purse to that.
That is outstanding. Real quick, what is your fight prediction, like exact? How's it gonna end? Tell me.
It's gonna end by a violent knockout. I'm going in there to hurt this kid. I've said it hundreds of times. People, I'm gonna knock him out. No, I'm going to violently knock him out. When I knock him out, it's going to be one of those Jeremy Stevens knockouts where the dude don't move.
One thing you do not lack for all the things that you've gone through and what you're talking about, which is very deep stuff, and I appreciate you coming out and talking about it on here. One thing you have not lost is any kind of confidence, and that's fucking outstanding, dude.
This is chance of a lifetime for me.
Yeah.
Anybody that goes in here unconfident doesn't deserve it. I deserve this shot regardless of my pro records or whatever. I deserve this shot, not because of what I put into the sports community or whatever, just what I put into life. I deserve this opportunity to shine, and I'm going to shine like a 1,000,000-watt bulb.
Fucking awesome, man. Hey, we do this thing at the end. I ask a couple of questions. Yeah. We get to know each other. The speed round. Yeah. Let's do this shit. I got some good ones for you tonight.
All right, cool.
Speed round number 1. When you're not training or trolling people on the internet, what is Brandon Lambert doing?
I'm watching YouTube videos. I like interrogation videos.
Nice. Number 2, do you have a tattoo artist, or are you getting them here or there?
No, I have one tattoo artist. That's Sayer Rodriguez in West Covina, California. Living Dreams Tattoo Shop. Look them up on Instagram. They have great work.
Awesome. 3, better hip-hop music. I know you're from the West Coast, but you live on the East now.
You know what? I'm going to have to say East Coast because I love me some Pop Smoke. Rest in peace. Yep. I love me some Lil Durk. I'm gonna have to say East Coast right now, man. West Coast falling off. I'm sad.
I mean, 90s. I could allow that West Coast 90s option. Yeah. But now, even though I'm East Coast forever,
I mean, you got a lot of New York rappers that are great. Chicago, a lot of Midwest rappers that are great.
Yeah, I live 2 hours from New York, so like Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, those guys, Mobb Deep. That was what my Wu-Tang Clan. That was like my upbringing right there.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
All right, favorite breakfast food?
Eggs.
Eggs.
Love eggs.
There you go. Eggs with magic mushrooms sprinkled on. All right. In a cinematic biopic, Malo, who is playing Brandon Lambert?
Shia LaBeouf.
Dude, fucking outstanding question. I can see it right now. Oh, man, I can totally see that shit. Perfect, too. Wow. You had to have had that question asked to you before.
Nah, I love Shia LaBeouf, and I just think we have the same attitude.
Jesus, that's amazing. Number 6, could you go over to the UFC and make some noise in their 145-pound division right now?
Absolutely not. I couldn't make weight. I couldn't make noise in their featherweight, their bantamweight, their
killers over there because of the ground game and whatnot.
Just because of the talent level out there. I mean, UFC is where it's at. You watch all the people that came from PFL, WSOF, Bellator. They're getting smashed. So no.
Wildest call out that you've ever thrown out there? Who's the wildest one that you've trolled on the internet? Like, where you were thinking to yourself, man, what am I doing here now?
Julian Lane.
Yeah,
that was the first dude I called out in bare knuckle was Julian Lane.
Jeez.
No, it was Joe Riggs first, but fuck him. Julian Lane was the one I was like, this might not be a good idea.
Could end up bad.
Yeah.
All right, what's your biggest fear?
Spiders and suffocating.
Outstanding. Okay, fuck, marry, kill, Avengers edition. Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, Valkyrie. Do you know who they are? Do you watch the Avengers movies?
I don't, but I know who Scarlett Johansson is. See, I don't like white girls.
Oh, you're married. No. You know, Tessa Thompson is not a white girl, so you're marrying her then.
Okay, I'm marrying her. I'm fucking the rest of them, then I'm killing them all. So nobody talks.
All right, and what is something that you've done in your life that you would never recommend anybody doing?
Getting married.
That was quick, dude.
Don't ever do that.
All right, well, Brandon Lambert, you have not failed to deliver. Everybody needs to pay attention to this man. He's fighting Jared Kid Gotti Grant at BKFC Knucklemania. I'm going to try to get there myself. I told you that. I'm looking forward to this. What do you got to say? Shout out your sponsors. I got your social media across the bottom. If I'm missing anything, let me know.
I want to shout out, Bump Box. I want to shout out On It. I want to shout out the Turp House. Shout out the Dice team. I want to shout out JC Santana. He's helping me with my strength and conditioning. Shout out King Mo, Coach Gabe, Coach Conan Severia for being down with me since day one when he didn't have to be. Shout out to American Top Team for being a great gym. Shout out to my kids. I miss them dearly. Aspen, Indiana, and Leonidas. And shout out to everybody that supports me and hates me because,
they're following you.
You're following me. You got me where I'm at. I appreciate you guys. And I look forward to putting on a show February 5th.
All right, man. And I can't wait to watch it myself. Thank you very much for coming on here. And I was hoping that, like, Mr. Goodjohn would get in the comments and fire back at you, but he must be busy.
He don't want this.
Yeah, plus he's pretty busy in Vegas these days. So.
Yeah, smoking weed and getting blown. But I'm going to tell you this. After I knock out Jared Grant, I'm going to have the call out of the century.
Oh, good God. I can't wait to hear this one.
And tune into the weigh-ins. If you can't get the pay-per-view, tune into the weigh-ins. I got a special surprise. You're not going to want to miss this.
Hey, where are the weigh-ins being held? At the arena?
I think they're going to be at the hotel, hopefully.
Hotel?
Yeah, I think the hotel, but I'm not sure. I haven't been told yet.
All right. That might work into logistics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, my man. Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate you. Good luck. Best of luck on February 5th.
I appreciate you. Thank you guys for your service as well.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Brandon Lambert did not fail to deliver. That was awesome. That guy is a pretty humble dude. For as much as he goes on he makes a living out of trolling people on social media, and he worked his way right into a BKFC contract, and God bless him, man. What a fucking way to get a job. and he's getting trained by King Mo and American Top Team. Those guys. I mean, best of luck to him. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring on my veteran guest because I have another guest after him. This is a big, big night. So here comes my veteran guest, Sergeant First Class in the U.S. Army. Oh, look at him with the Killfoot clothing shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
Woo, repping a sponsor. I love it. I didn't shout my sponsors out yet, but
Do it
I
right now.
appreciate it. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing good.
This is Dave. I have known him for years. He is a 15 kilo in the Connecticut National Guard. You want to tell me about what the hell that is so the people at home, maybe their kids can join?
So a 15 kilo is a back shops guy. So when I first came in 2000, I joined the engine shop. So I was a power plant repairer. So following my mentor, which was Sean Weed, the good weed.
Good weed.
Oh yeah. So I seen him go up. So I had to go up. So essentially a 15 kilo is you can go any back shops, electrical, hydraulics, proper rotor, and the engine shop. So that's essentially what it is. I already did the proper rotor, hydraulics, and they put me back into the engine shop.
Yeah, and now you run that shit.
Oh yeah, now I run it full time and M-Day side.
Man, well, we've made it, Dave.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If they could have saw us 19 years ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, the best of the best are running that shit nowadays. And if Mr. Walters is out there watching, I know he was watching earlier. You remember Mr. Walters? He was watching a little earlier. Shout out to him. He probably never would have thought that we'd make it to where we are today. But guess what? We made it.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you, I took the van for years with Mike. And
good
amazing dude. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Mikey Hunnels in the comments says the name lives on. The good weed.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think of my guest tonight? What'd you think of Brandon Lambert?
Fantastic. Let me tell you, you've been having some amazing guests, and it shows. Your show is growing. Fantastic.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'll tell you right now, that dude, he told his story, but that's the honest to God truth. The motherfucker, he doesn't have any on record. He has no amateur fights. He has no pro fights. You cannot find footage of him anywhere. You can't find pictures of him anywhere. He's a goddamn ghost, except for what you find on his social media. And he went on a rampage a few months, like with about a year and a half ago, or maybe a year ago. He went on this internet troll rampage where he just started calling out people and shitting on them publicly, asking for fights, messaging the president of BKFC directly, telling him, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight that guy, called out Tyler Goodjohn, and then boom, fucking dude got a contract.
I know we spoke about it before, but it's the same thing that Conor McGregor did. Just flapping those gums, but proving it at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And like I said, he has that business called Terp House. I don't know exactly what Terp House sell. Like, honestly, I think they sell like CBD products and like cannabis products or cannabinoid products. Check it out for anybody that's viewing this right now that's interested in that kind of stuff. Check out terphouse.com. He's a very successful dude that has a shitload of money and he just wants to fight. So fucking let him fight. We got a guy in the contract that says to ask you, in the comments, it says to ask you about your cross-country track team days in high school and name your captain.
That was Luis Montiel. Let me tell you, he works at the TASM now, and let me tell you, he was a fast runner, really fast. But he put on some weight. I don't think he can run that fast anymore.
Who would win in a foot race between you and him right now?
Right now, I probably him. Believe it or not, my poor hammies are busted up.
Oh yeah. Well, we're all broken.
Oh yeah.
We didn't take the best care of ourselves throughout the years. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Think about it. That 03 deployment was crazy. Crazy.
That was the year I went out on that deployment at 160 pounds and came back 200 pounds. but not fat. I was 198 pounds when I stepped back on American soil, and I was like, I went from barely being able to bench 135 pounds to like 340 in a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, with the good Joel Dillis, man. Now he under the tutelage of that psychopath, God rest his soul, up in heaven watching down on me. I hope I'm making him proud with all this shit because
Oh yeah.
I wish I could have had him on here. So for those who don't know, Dave is a very big MMA fan, just like myself. I want to ask you a couple MMA questions. What are your thoughts on the return of Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier coming up this month? What do you think? Who takes this one and how?
See, I got to root for Conor, but Dustin Poirier, he's a beast. He's a beast. But I got to root for Conor. Let me tell you, he's like a superhero character. You just got to do it. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's kind of like the Tony Stark, the flamboyant, super rich bad boy that doesn't give a fuck, but you can't help for him. Yeah. And they fought. You know what the funny thing is? They fought the first time they fought was on UFC. Fuck, man, I should know this off the top of my head because UFC's 178. Somebody fact check me. 178, February 27th, 2014. Those two fought each other for the first time, and I know this because that night Amy was pregnant, and her due date was about a week out. And it was a drill weekend, and me and Mike Hunold are sitting on the couch watching the pay-per-view, and Amy comes downstairs, and she says, the pay-per-view just started. Amy's like, my water just broke. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no, it didn't. You're fucking lying, right? She's like, no. Mike says I'm correct, 178. That is embedded. It is driven into my brain. So fucking I thought she was bullshit with me, messing with me, because a half an hour earlier she was sitting on the couch and she had the baby had hiccups and her belly kept shaking. And Mike was like fascinated with it because he didn't have kids at the time. And he was like, what the fuck is going on with your stomach? Anyways, I ended up in the hospital. Nolan ended up being born. And Mike Hunold sent me cell phone videos of the first Poirier Conor fight. And I watched it like this bedside while Amy was in labor. We almost named him Conor.
That's commitment right there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great time, man. Yeah. So what's new with you? Anything? What are you guys doing? What are you doing with the family during COVID that's different from what you would have been doing before?
So there's a lot of Uno.
A lot of Uno?
Oh yeah, Uno for money, baseball, lots of baseball, and lots of work in the house.
Yeah. Well,
I see that thing on your face is coming in nice.
Listen, I don't know how that's getting there. I gotta tell you. Listen, maybe I found a loophole. Maybe by the time I have to shave this, they're gonna have to change the regulations.
But the Army's coming out with a new mask that they're going to be issuing out. So you may be wearing that beautiful thing for a very long time.
I hope so, man. Oh, God. Maybe I'll be the trendsetter. Like the day the new regulation comes out, I show up to work the next day with a fucking full beard, and they'll be like, how'd you do that? And I'm all of a sudden, I'm not afraid of catching COVID because I'm not wearing the mask. Yeah, dude. I got some fucking awesome speed round questions for you tonight.
All right.
And I can't wait. I'm going to ask him to you in a second. I'm going to go through the comment section real quick. Bob Beauvais says, in his opinion, Dustin's still the same fighter. I'm going to say that Dustin Poirier has matured greatly. Immensely since the first time him and Conor fight. But Conor has also matured about as much, man. Like they're not 25 and 26-year-old kids anymore. And I would say that Conor's length and his ability to fire from the outside is going to be enough to counter the Dustin likes to go inside and likes to throw like punches and bunches, and he doesn't have the power to knock you out until he has landed like 100 fucking shots on you, and then he finishes you. The difference between him and Connor is Connor will hit you with one and put you to sleep, and he knows that. So
Yeah,
I think
as long as Dustin keeps it, as long as Connor keeps it up, I think it'll be a Connor fight. But if Dustin can bring him down with his wrestling, that's going to be interesting right there.
Yeah, and Connor, is as weird as it sounds, Connor likes to fight southpaws, and Dustin's a southpaw, so it's he likes to catch guys. Connor likes to catch guys moving towards his right, so he could pop them on the run, and he kind of did that the first time against Dustin. So I kind of agree with fucking Bob on this one. I don't see much of a difference but I'm going to analyze it a little bit more. I'm actually going to go on to a show called the Do Not Sports Show with Ray Bones and Chris Notter next Friday. And they're going to have me on as a guest to break down that card for them. So I'll go deeper into it. I haven't really thought too much about it yet, but if you ask me today on Thursday, January 14th or whatever the hell day this is, I'm going to say Connor in like the second round TKO. That's what I'm going to go with for now. By next Friday, when I'm on the Ray Bones and Notter show, that shit could change.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I've been watching some like previous fights, and let me tell you, Dustin can hit, but the problem is that Connor, if he keeps baiting him into that stand-up game, it's going to be a different story.
And Connor's so good at like setting things up with the little side kick to the thigh. He kicks the leg. He does a little side kick to the leg, and then he sets it up with a jab, and then he really baits his opponent into moving right into the perfect position to land that straight left, and that's the fucking lights out thing. In the comments, guy says, it's actually my nephew. If my nephew was smart enough to give permissions to see his name in StreamYard, I would have known it was him, but I had to look at my phone. Connor's only lost twice in the UFC, to Nate Diaz, and he avenged that one, and the other one was to Khabib. Yeah, so.
Well, I hope Connor learned from that Khabib fight.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing. But Khabib's a monster.
You want to know the funny thing about that, though? You know, we all watched it. You saw it, I saw it, and then we thought, like, man, Connor looked like shit. And he did, as far as what Connor usually looks like. But think about this. Connor was, and I'm not making any excuses at all, because Khabib's a fucking monster, and he ragdolled. He did. But no other fighter ever has gone into the, like, nobody's given Khabib problems at all in any fight, like, except for someone get in the comments. No, I thought he damn near lost one early in his career to older Brazilian fighter, jacked out of his mind with a weird ass tattoo on his arm. That dude, I thought he took 2 out of 3 rounds against Khabib, but Khabib got the fucking decision in that one. Other than that, go ahead. No, and I was gonna say, of all the like top contenders that he's fought, Poirier didn't give him a problem. Gaethje didn't give him a problem.
Gaethje was lighting up his knees.
Right, but I don't know. Connor was in the midst of $100 million year, probably a bunch of blow and fucking debauchery. He was slapping phones out of fans' hands and punching old men in bars. Like, Connor was going through a time at that point and drinking a lot, proper 12 in it up.
I think he took it personal.
Right. He admittedly said he wasn't in the best shape. He didn't take training that serious, and he was mad, and he took it. He was mentally, he was all fucked up. So I think Connor has learned, and I don't know. I don't see much of a difference, but like I said, I'll go back into that. Let's do the old speed round Dave Delgado. Speed round with Dave Delgado. Number 1, name your favorite martial arts movie of all time.
Drunken Master by Jackie Chan. It's
Yeah?
hilarious.
Yep.
Fantastic movie.
And that's your number one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those shows that the movies that you just continuously watch all the time.
Can you guess what mine is?
Could it be a Bruce Lee movie? Oh,
No.
hold on. What the? Yeah, I can't remember the name right now.
What you meant to say is Bruce Leroy? Is that what you meant?
Yes.
The Last Dragon, dude. That's my shit. That's number one. And all the Bruce Lee movies are great too. And I was a Van Damme fan growing up too. So Bloodsport was my shit for a while. But nothing beats fucking Last Dragon. Number two, rank the following Wu-Tang Clan members best to worst. These four: Ghostface Killah, Raekwon, Method Man, Jizza. Starting with the worst, working your way to the best.
This is gonna be tough. All right. So I'm gonna.
This is not a softball, dude.
No. All right. So the Jizz is gonna be the worst.
Oh, okay.
Just based off his albums, the Jizz is gonna be worse.
I can understand.
Then it's gonna be. I hate to say it, but it's got to be Ghostface. Right after. It's either between a toss-up between Method and Raekwon, because that purple tape was fire. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to give that a draw right there, because that.
So you got Method and Raekwon the Chef 1-1.
Oh yeah.
Tied 1A and 1B. You got Ghostface 2, Jizza 3.
Oh yeah.
And I could feel that, dude. Ghostface album that he put out last year was fire, and like nobody knows about that. But if you go on YouTube and type in Ghostface Killah newest album and listen to that shit's amazing. All right. Favorite stand-up comic of all time?
Dave Chappelle.
Nice. Mine's Bill Burr.
Yeah, but Dave Chappelle has got that shit down pat.
Yeah, Bill. You know what? The two of those guys have never put on a bad act, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Number 4, you're in a bar fight. You could choose one of the following guys to have your back. Who do you pick? Connor?
Jorge.
Game Bread?
Oh yeah, Jorge.
Not this guy?
Jorge is just straight from the streets.
Yeah.
He'll grab something to smash somebody in the face.
I think it was, who the hell was I was listening to somebody's podcast. Might have been Michael Bisping. No, it wasn't Bisping. It might have been Chael Sonnen. But whoever it was saying that there's only been one guy that ever made me like feel uncomfortable, like uneasy about what might happen if I say something wrong. And it was Jorge Masvidal. Whoever was talking about him, and I can't remember who it was like, and me and him are friends, but Jorge's got this aura about him. Like, if you say the wrong thing at any given moment, your friendship's done, and he's fucking smacking. So it's an excellent choice. All right. Name your favorite for each of the following categories. Ready?
All right.
Boxer.
It's got to be Mayweather.
Mine's Roy Jones Jr.
Yep.
Favorite firearm?
The AR-15.
There you go. Old trusty. Favorite all-time MMA fighter?
Anderson Silva.
Ooh, the Spider. One of the GOATs. Now, does your thought on him being a GOAT, does his GOAT status be affected by his steroid failures in your eyes?
No. He put some clinics on a whole bunch of people.
And also, when he was doing that, they were probably all on steroids as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was doing that in the pre-USADA era, so nobody was getting caught doing any of that shit. So I agree with you. Anybody that kind of tries to say like he's not a GOAT because of that shit can fucking pound sand. Here we go. Favorite music artist of all time?
It's got to be Nas.
Nas.
It's got to be Nas.
I don't know.
I love Biggie. I love Biggie. Don't get it wrong. I love Big Pun, but Nas just fantastic.
Yeah. Man, dude, that's a great answer. Love Nas. You know, Nas was my first concert I ever went to.
What? Yeah, see?
Yeah, I was a freshman in high school. It was like I was going into my freshman year of high school, and it was right when It Was Written came out. And I went up to the Strand in Providence, and Nas was 3 hours late for his own show. And I got a real dose of reality that night. And inside the Strand, I watched a man roll a blunt with one hand while grinding his crotch on a girl dancing in front of him. I watched somebody smoke crack that night. Yeah. And then Nas showed up 3 hours late for the show and was inebriated drunk. And him and AZ were up on the stage with bottles of Hennessy in their hand with this much left in the bottle. And Nas kept fucking up the lyrics to his own music. I was just like, this is amazing. All right. Little dose of reality here, man. All right. Where were we? Okay. What's the best thing that you could chef up in the kitchen? I know you like to cook.
Oh, I love to cook. So one of my best things I make is chicken. Not chicken. It's a fettuccine shrimp with pasta with hot Italian sausage. Put some spices in it. Oof, on point.
Dude, did I tell you that Amy made coquito for the first time this year?
Look, I'll bring you some.
Did she break a rule? Like, is it okay for a white girl from Westerly, Rhode Island to make coquito?
Listen, no rules breaking. Let it happen.
It was good. She made it really good. I know that I've had yours before. Yours is just fucking banging. I'm just saying she did all right for her first try. Have you seen yeah, Amy says yes I did in the comments. She did a great job. It was awesome. Have you watched Cobra Kai?
Yeah, I'm at season 2. I haven't finished season 3.
Did you see the episode where Johnny went to eat dinner with Miguel's family?
Yes.
And they're Puerto Ricans, and she had plantains on the table. And he goes, "These bananas are delicious." She goes, "Those are called plantains." He goes, "In English, we call them bananas."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these little bananas are amazing. It was fucking hilarious. All right, number 7, Marvel's Avengers versus DC Justice League. Who wins and why?
It's got to be Marvel. So you got Superman, but I'm telling you, I'm a big Marvel's fan, and I'm just never going to get away from that.
Yeah. So what it comes down to is the core 5 in Justice League, right? You got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg.
Yep.
Right?
Cyborg ain't nothing.
Cyborg is nothing.
Yeah,
right.
It's a waste of time.
And then
again,
Captain Marvel equalizes Wonder Woman, right?
Well, Captain Marvel equalizes Superman as well.
Superman, okay. Oh, Then you got him. You're right. And then the billionaire playboys, Bruce Wayne versus Tony Stark. Tony kills him in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on this. I love the Avengers. There's no way they lose.
Oh,
Plus, I think I've watched Endgame's a 3-hour movie, and I'm pretty sure I've watched it fucking 15 times. What was the best thing that you got for Christmas this year?
So it was a Christmas / anniversary gift. I'm heading out to Puerto Rico at the end of the month. My wife bought some tickets. We get a hotel, everything.
Wow, nice.
No kids. No kids.
Boy.
No kids. I'm hitting the Bacardi, Casa Bacardi too. But it's going to be fantastic.
And you love the little bastards, but you know what? Those vacations are the best.
Yeah, I took them to Hawaii, but let me tell you, it's no time like, you and your wife.
Yep, for sure. And with that sentimental answer that you just said, next question is, have you ever overtrusted a fart?
Yes. Yes, plenty of times. Let me tell you. Sometimes, I have extra underwear at work for a reason.
Yeah, dude. My kid likes to see the questions I'm going to ask people before the show, and I let him see these, and he goes, "What does that mean? Over trust a fart?" I go, "And when you think it's a fart and you actually shit your pants," he goes, "Oh, like Larry Davis." Twice a year. Yeah, that's attaboy.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. All right. And then the last question I got for you. If you weren't in the Army, what would you be doing for a living, Dave?
You know what? I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing now. I worked at Pratt Whitney doing airplane engines before this, so probably the same thing, aerospace stuff.
Aerospace? Are you and you'd be cutting hair on the side?
Oh yeah, I still cut hair. I gotta cut my own hair, but that's why I'm wearing the just the tip hat.
Just the tip? Oh, that's a trimmers on there?
Oh yeah.
Is that what that is?
No, it's a bullet. Just the
tip.
tip.
It's a bullet. Just the tip. Just for a second, see how it feels. Okay, I got it. Who makes that hat?
I think it's Shield Republic, some crap I seen on Facebook, and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, dude, the comment section is just lit up with accidental shits. Oh man, it's
called the shark.
Yeah,
the shark.
Let me just throw a few of these up there. In a van on the way to work, Kuwaiti bathroom incident.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, is that referring to you?
Oh, listen, those porta potties are disgusting. But let me tell you, you're like 150 degrees in that bad boy, but you're still going.
Oh my God, that's hilarious, man. All right, well, I got another guest coming up in a few minutes. You want to shout anybody out before you fucking get out of here? I appreciate you. You support this show big time, and you have from the jump, and I appreciate that. And actually, your old track captain has helped me out a lot with this. He helped me out with like sound and the website. He hooked me up with the website and everything. So he's a fucking pretty awesome dude.
Yeah, he used to be a DJ.
Oh, and he used to be a DJ. Yeah, he told me that he used to have a radio show and whatnot. I'm being told to ask you about the ice cream.
Holy shit! So this last deployment, this last deployment, it was myself, Rob Christensen, Chuck Borden. Chuck was going up to Iraq, and I was stuck in Buring. So as a little, we can't drink, so we went to Baskin Robbins, got a milkshake. No lie, less than 3 minutes into it, that lactose intolerant went into full blown panicking. I ran to the first shitter, the nastiest one you could find. Oh, it was bad. It was a couple of days of that.
Oh my God, dude. So let me ask you, why the fuck would you get a Baskin Robbins milkshake if you're lactose intolerant?
So, like everybody else, something's bad for you, but you still love it.
Did he say Baskin Robinson? I don't think he did.
No, that was Jerry Tan. Baskin Robinson, Jerry Tan.
Oh, dude. All right. Before I let you go, tell your favorite Jerry Tan story, as long as it doesn't get you in trouble or him.
So he was talking about this woman one time, and he was trying to, he was trying to get her to date her. Then all of a sudden, he seen her ankles, and that ended for him. The first thing he came out of his mouth was, "She got fat ankles." That was it. It was over.
Dude, I remember he told Larry about Larry's wife's ankles, and Larry was like, "What? I like her ankles." You fucking like my wife's ankles?
Oh yeah.
That dude. So when I was staying in the PCBs for the end of my last deployment, they wanted me to stay with all the E7s and above and the officers, and I didn't want to do that. So I went and stayed with the other guys because those are my boys. So he came in the PCB and was like, "Arnold, you touched the QNet box." And for those who are watching, the QNet box is the Wi-Fi. And Mike goes, "Nah, I didn't touch it." He goes, "Then you go fuck yourself." And he's like, Mike's like, I said I didn't touch it. He was like, you fuck yourself.
He's one of the greatest.
Oh, yeah. Jerry Tan swears it's called Baskin Robinson. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's amazing. All right. Well, I'm still waiting on the other guy. Oh my gosh, that's funny. LOL. The comment section, they're dying over these stories. And then were you on the one where Jerry for some reason had a problem with Katy Perry?
I did hear about the Katy Perry, but I wasn't on that.
Yeah, Mike would tell that story. Mike said that they were like driving back to the airfield from the Chow Hall, and like a Katy Perry that I don't know, one of the Katy Perry songs came on the radio. And he was like, "Oh, Katy Perry, whore."
Yep, he still says that shit,
dude. And they were like, "Why you say she's a whore?" she make a sex tape. Yeah, look at the comments right now. Whore.
Yep. Yeah, he still says that shit right now.
All right. Dude, it's fucking, that guy's classic. All right. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you for coming on and being my veteran guest tonight. This show has been pretty awesome. Started off with Brandon Lambert, a fucking mysterious, like entertaining guy himself. And then this was fun as hell with you, Dave.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate it. You know, hopefully this show continues to go up. Yeah, everybody in there on this live stream, get on that YouTube and like and subscribe. I want to see great things out of this.
Yeah, and you know what, man, it's only going to keep getting better. I'm making some friends. You know, it's all, you know how they say, you know, it's all about who you know. Well, you know, I'm making some connections now, and I think it's going to keep on continuing. So stay tuned. Still haven't found the lost tape. Lord knows I've been looking. I don't know what that's from.
I have no idea.
All right, my brother. I will let you go. I'll let you take off. I'm trying to connect to the next guest right now.
I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, man. You too. Thanks.
All right, that was Dave Delgado, Sergeant First Class in the Army. That guy's a cool fucking dude. He's a good man. I'm trying to connect to my next guest right now, coming on the show to make a real big announcement about a new fighter. Telling him, don't mind staring at me on my phone. I'm letting him know that I just resent the invite to the show. And we'll give it a few minutes. In the meantime, why don't you guys do me a favor and let all your friends know to come follow me on the YouTube channel, like and subscribe, turn on your notifications, because sooner or later I'm going to go exclusively over there. Everything's going great on here, but I love this shit, and I'm going to keep on doing it, and I'm going to try to get myself down to the Knucklemania, so I can get up close and personal with some of these guys. Jump in the comments section. Ask me some questions while we're killing time here. Might as well just throw some news out while I'm here. I have another show next Wednesday. All right, hold on. I'm going to try resending the thing once again. Hold up. Wait a minute. For some reason, my invite is not working. So let me try again. Kevin. I know this is good, solid programming right now, and I appreciate anybody that's still watching. But it is what it is. This is called technology, folks. Ben Field says, shit, I just got here. Well, stay tuned because I got another guest coming on. And here he is, folks. The man himself from Smith Brothers Combat Sports. He is Kevin Smith. How you doing, Kev?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm glad that invite actually worked finally. I was getting a little nervous there because the Facebook Messenger wasn't working either. So
Yeah, you and me both, man. Hey, respect to the guy you had on before here. I didn't catch his name, but respect, appreciate everything that you and him and everyone else does to all the veterans out there.
absolutely no problem. He's probably still watching anyway, so he's a very big supporter of the show. For anybody that's at home, this is Kevin Smith. He is the owner of the Smith Brothers Combat Sports and Sports Management down in Florida. Represents a shit ton of bare knuckle fighters, and you got quite a few coming up on this Knucklemania. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, first thing, I mean, BKFC 16 Knucklemania is just out of this world. I mean, I don't care what type of sports, combat sports you like. This thing is off the chain. Everybody's going to be watching this worldwide. It's crazy how big BKFC has come, and this is just to be able to say that I'm involved with it is one thing. To be able to be involved with 6 fighters that are going to be fighting is just it's next level stuff. It's incredible. So we've got Smith Brothers Combat Sports has 6 guys and ladies, obviously a lady, that are going to be fighting at this event here in Tampa Bay. We've got Drew Lipton, who's fighting Jeff Bailey. Drew Lipton's been around since day one.
Yep.
He's a beast. He's looking to get back in the winning track, and he's fighting a tough guy though. Jeff Bailey's a guy. He's a phenomenal coach. He's a great guy all around. Haven't got to watch him fight live, but he's produced a lot of top quality fighters.
And are they opening? They're the opening fight.
Yeah, don't quote me on any of this because things get adjusted accordingly, and up until the day or two before, besides the main, the co-main, and the feature. But that just going from the list that I have right now in the order of what was presented earlier. And then we've got obviously everyone's excited about the animal Travis Thompson. This guy brings it every time, and everybody who knows bare knuckle just they've got something here in their heart for the guy. He's got the biggest heart. He's got all the confidence in the world. He's got the chin. He went up against Stat and win, and couldn't put him down. And so he is down here. We brought him down here to Tampa Bay, and so he's also a Smith Brothers, obviously. We've got him over at Keith Thurman's camp. Which they were so gracious to allow us to work with them. And they invited Travis in with Welcome Arms, Open Arms, and it's been a great fit. He's been working with a few different people over there. Spent some time with some top coaches, some top trainers, and Keith Thurman himself. So
that's pretty amazing.
Just an incredible fight camp we were able to get set up for him. And then we've got this is kind of exciting for me. John Lee Schaubach has been. He's a pro boxer, pro MMA. His records are 10-0 and 4-0,
wow,
respectively. And but he's been around since I want to say BKFC 2 or 3. He's been trying to get on board with BKFC, and he's done everything. He's taken the good road, the bad road, the high road, the low road, but now he's here. He's got the opportunity. I think the guy's going to surprise a lot of people. He's got the mentality for it. He's a skilled fighter. So he's coming to prove that he's been talking for a long time for a reason. So excited to see John Lee Schaubach fighting. He's fighting Greg Bono.
And they can catch them on Mission Accomplished next Wednesday.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. And thank you for setting that up. That's great. So
not a problem, sir.
Very accommodating for all of our fighters, as a lot of the media has been, but we do appreciate everything we can get. And then one that is become a fan favorite worldwide. His name speaks for himself, the Juggernaut. So he's coming to, knock someone the fuck out. If I can say
in the man's words himself.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Lorenzo is just a character on his own. The guy he's become family to me. Love the guy to death. But he trains from the time he wakes up till the time he goes to sleep. He trains. If he's not teaching class, he's working on with his own. He's got a great coaching staff. He works with his dad, who's a killer. Has been doing this for, I would say, probably 50 years at least. So he's been around the game, and he's in his corner every time. We bring in Lorenzo down to Tampa Bay area. He lives in Jacksonville, coming down to Tampa Bay for 3 days a week. He's doing some camp down here, and he's working with some of my students as well. He fits it in. I mean, the guy fits it into to literally loan himself out and give everything he can back to the fight community. So, so we're going to try to set some stuff up for him.
I'll tell you, I get up in the morning. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning to get to work. And by 6 a.m., Lorenzo's live streaming a training session like every freaking day. And then I get out of work at, 5 o'clock at night, and I jump on my phone, and he's live streaming a boxing class he's teaching. I'm like, good God, the dude never stops.
That's Lorenzo, man. It's he's the guy's a beast. It's I really, when he fought Reggie Pena, a friend of mine, Reggie Pena, I didn't know that much about Lorenzo. I had heard what I had heard through Reggie, who was training at Smith Brothers at the time. And, when those two got at it, first thing, they didn't like each other from the start. They still don't like each other, but it was a phenomenal matchup. And I got to see Lorenzo. I got to see the other side of him and become friends with him, like I do with a lot of the BKFC fighters. I think that's how a lot of it starts. But, man, he's again, I'd love to see those two guys go at it again.
Yeah.
It happened right now, but I think everybody would like to see that fight again. But so Lorenzo's fight, he's fighting another Smith Brother Combat Sports guy. It got matched up this way. I can't say I wish it didn't happen, because I look at this fight and I go, my God, this is a banger. This is Rob Morrow, the Destroyer, Rob Morrow, this guy's got 50 plus. Is a Bellator fighter. He's got 50 plus. Pro MMA fights. He's been around for a long time. He's a big guy. He's a big, solid guy. He takes this stuff seriously. A very soft-spoken guy too.
Yes, he is. I talked to him last night after speaking with Lorenzo for the first half of the show, and then talking to Rob. I was like, contrast in character here.
Yeah, which is good, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, the best part that for me, working with both these guys, there's no animosity between the two of them whatsoever. There's no anger. They respect each other. They both want to fight each other. They both want to knock each other out. And to the victor go the spoil. So I wish them both the best of luck. I think it's got the potential to be one of the fights of the night. It definitely does. But again, Rob Morrow, his resume speaks for itself. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Look at his fights. Watch his fights. He's got some phenomenal knockouts, as they both do.
What I didn't know about him was how many amateur fights he had.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what he told me last night, he said this fight against Lorenzo will actually be his 99th fight if you put his amateur and pro together. I'm like, that dude's approaching triple digits. So that's a lot of ring time.
Yeah, that resume's it's there, man. It really is. So we're excited for that one too. And then I think there's this fight with Paige Van Zandt. I think it's out there. I think people know about that one. So Britain, the bare knuckle babe, Britain 4.0 is fighting Paige Van Zandt. And man, I just can't get the smile off my face. Britain Hart deserves this fight, man. She deserves this fight like nobody else's business. She really does. No disrespect to anybody else that's out there. No disrespect to any of the female fighters. I've known Britain for a very long time, and this girl has just done everything she said she was going to do, and she said she was going to get to the top, and now she's on probably one of our, I would say, the biggest card we've ever had. This is a worldwide stage. Everyone's going to be watching this fight. Everywhere is going to be watching this fight. And she's matched up against Paige Van Zandt. And it's, Paige Van Zandt, I don't care what people say in the comments and all this stuff. She's just a tough girl. She's a tough girl. There's a reason she was on the UFC for as long as she was. I mean, people don't make it to that level without being a beast, without, so all the naysayers, all the haters, it doesn't really matter. Paige Van Zandt's a tough girl. She's got a great camp down with America Top Team. There's really good people down there to train with. But I see what Britain's doing. And so we flew Britain. Let's try that one more time. That's why I'm not good on camera. Britain's out in California, and she's in camp out there with Victor Ortiz. And Yeah, she's out there with. I got the Mr. Worldwide himself, Jeff Houston. I'll have to put that one on and call him back on that one. So she's out. She's out with Victor Ortiz out in California right now, and again, it's one of these other things. Our team has got some of the best coaching in the world right now, and is taking this thing seriously. Again, she hasn't stopped training since her last fight. There's been no downtime. It's not really camp. It's adjusting things accordingly. So that's what she's doing. So we're super excited. She's super excited. Her sponsors have been there to support her family, her friends. Everybody in the BKFC community has been there. People that know her want to see her win this one. So it's exciting time, man. It really is.
She's about to become a superstar after she wins on that card for sure. Now the card, like I said, like that card has, you got Paige and Britton at the top. You got two beautiful women that are absolute fucking badasses in the main event. Then you got Johnny Bedford putting his belt on the line. Then you got Chris Lieben in the supposed retirement fight against Quentin Henry. We didn't mention that one.
Not my fighter, so I'm just touching base on mine. But
yeah, I was just saying, but like I'm talking about the card. Like you said, this card.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's without question the best card the BKFC's ever put together.
We say that. The funny thing is we say that every time, and we mean it every time. It's now I got the animal blowing up my phone now too. It truly happens. Every one of us that have been involved with BKFC for a while, we sit there prior to the fight and we go, man, look at this card. It's better than the last one. And then after the fights, we shake our head and we go, that was better than the last fights. And it's the truth, man. It's just so incredible. And the professionalism with the management and the team and everybody that's surrounding it. You name who's involved, and everyone's just doing this because they love this freaking sport. This is we want to be a part of this. But go back to Johnny Bedford. And not Denton Wynn. I mean, Denton's a great guy. He's a phenomenal boxer. Johnny Bedford, man. I was a fanboy. I grew up watching Johnny, and I got to meet him back in the day after one of his fights in Biloxi, and became friends with him. He showed me how to play blackjack in the casino, and so I love watching him fight. I love his attitude. A lot of people don't like his attitude. It works for him. To me, it works for him. That calm people, he really is. So, and then Chris Lieben, same thing, man. I watched Chris Lieben on a show the other night, and just had a big smile on my face that he's been around for so long. And it's and fighting Quentin Henry. Quentin's a killer. You look at his body transformation, what that guy's done. Again, super nice people. Both these guys are down to earth, and just I have conversations with both these guys, and they're it's a family. It really is. And to watch these guys, I hate to see Chris Lieben go. I know there's all comes a time for everyone to hang up the wraps. He's chosen that this is it, and it's a great opponent. It's going to be a great fight. Two killers. So
I feel like if this sport was around 10 years ago, Chris Lieben would be entering a Hall of Fame for bare knuckle right now, because a sport like this is made for a guy like him. You know what I mean? Like dirty boxing, clinch and bang. Like
he's a freaking pit bull.
He's a pit bull. Yeah. Just the fanboy in me. Am I wrong? Is Quentin Henry and Lorenzo Hunt the same weight class? They fight in the same weight class?
Yeah, well, Lorenzo Hunt's going to come down. He really wants to fight. There's rumors of a tournament coming up, an 85 tournament.
Oh, okay.
He's ready to come down to 85. You want to fight 85, 95, 205, 225. He'll fight anywhere. So could that matchup happen? Absolutely.
That one would be pretty nice.
Yeah. It's wide open right now. So we want to get over this one first. This is what we're concentrating on right now. We're putting time after this. So yeah.
I'm excited about it. So are my followers. They're all tuning in and loving it. So
good. So the reason I called you up, hey, can Kyle come out and play? Was to release the information about. I've been speaking with a buddy of mine, Mike Davis, who's got. I knew this was going to happen. I should have wrote it down. MMA Fight League up in the Midwest, Chicago. He talked to me about this guy that his description was this guy who's a beast, and he's got a phenomenal record, and it didn't really continue. The ball didn't roll. It just didn't really happen at the time. And then Steve Colin reached out to me, a top coach, and said, "Listen, you need to take a look at this guy." And I like Steve, and I've talked to Steve about a lot of different fighters, and as soon as I, Googled and read a little bit more, I knew of him, and I searched him back in the day, and I just went, "Why is he not here now? Why isn't he beating somebody's face in right now?" 120 amateur fights,
Jesus,
and like 10 losses. Like he's a pro boxer, 120 amateur fights, pro fights, 61, 62 pro fights.
Yep.
Fought Andre Ward. I don't want to tell you who he's fought. I'll let him tell you who he's fought.
Okay.
He is his resume speaks for itself. His body style, his punching style. He's humble. He's good looking cat. He's marketable. He's an all around perfect addition to Smith Brothers. I really want to see him get on with BKFC and toe the line. Yep. Obviously, he came out to our recent tryouts here in Tampa, and we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping for a possible contract with one of those two organizations. But we were able to pick up and sign a contract with Derek Finley, and Derek is he's the man, and I think he's hiding behind me somewhere.
All right, Derek Finley. Where is he?
Is he not?
Where is this guy?
Is he in the waiting room?
No, I don't see him. He's no, I don't see him. I thought he was there with you because the invite. Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, it is Derek Finley, and we will get him in a second.
Yeah, stand by.
Stand by.
Yeah, no, he's up at home in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why don't you go to full screen and I'll give him a shout real quick.
Sure, we'll do. All right, so Derek Finley. From the little I know about this guy, I know that he is a savage. He has a shit ton of fights, amateur. He has 61, 62 pro, 23 knockouts, trains with Triple G. He's Triple G's sparring partner, I believe, or was. Absolutely a dude that is going to make some noise when he takes his gloves off in the circle. They call it the squared circle, but it's a circle. So looking forward to getting him on here. And I got to tell you, man, the Smith Brothers Combat Sports, these guys are signing them all and bringing them all on, man. So stay tuned for Mr. Derek Finley. And we'll give him another minute or so here in the process of getting him on. Boom. All right. What's up, Kev?
Yeah, we got him. He's coming online right now.
All right,
hardworking
awesome.
Man.
Hardworking man. He's like, that's all you sign is hardworking man. He's another Lorenzo.
We've been lucky, and I'll tell you. While he's getting on, we've been really lucky. Our team's growing. Our building's growing. We want to grow with the organization, and we're lucky to be a part of it. And I tell people that I'm transparent with these guys. I've been friends with so many of these guys that are coming on board, and there's so many people that I'm still working with, that our team's working with that haven't signed, but that they want us to represent them. They want us involved with them. And it's just because we tell it how it is. There's concern, and people ask if there's bias and if there's conflict of interest. And if you tell the truth, you're transparent. You put it on the table. You let everybody know what you're doing. You're up front with everyone. We've talked to the commissions and states, and they're fine with it. They actually like it. They know the people they're dealing with. I think they know some of our work ethic, and you put in the hours and the heart in and take care of these guys and ladies. they don't really need to go anywhere else. You handle it all for them. It's been good, man. We've been lucky.
Outstanding. What do we have here? Mr. Derek Finley, how are you?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Nice to meet you. This
Nice
is
to
the
meet you too, man.
newest fighter signed to the Smith Brothers Combat Sports. Can we tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, like I said, I started off boxing as a professional. I was a professional boxer. I also have my own promotional company, DM Fight Promotions.
Okay.
So I got about I don't know 61, 65 fights. I have about 60 some fights. I fought Andre Ward, Andre Durrell, Fernando Guerrero, some of the biggest names in boxing. I fought them, you know what I mean. And I've also been in training camps with some of the best fighters in the world, like Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, people of that nature. Yeah.
It's amazing. So when you get into the bare knuckle world, what weight class are we looking at? 155, 145?
165.
165? Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And how soon do you want to get in there?
As soon as possible. Yeah, as soon as possible. I'm ready to go, man. I want to give it a try. Definitely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Kevin, what do we got in the works?
We're working it, man. We're working it. It's I think Derek just coming out to the tryouts and show that he's all about it. You got a chance to speak with David Feldman. You got to talk to some of the other bare knuckle fighters, and there's different concerns when people are coming in, and I think a lot of those concerns were kind of put by the wayside after Derek was able to speak with Dave and others. And we want him here, man. I'm pushing for him every time I get a chance to get the phone with Dave and Nate and the team. He's got what it takes, and so the sooner the better.
Now, Derek, what made you want to shed the gloves and move to bare knuckle? Just
like I said, it's very entertaining, and I started watching it, man, and man, it's brutal, man, and and it seems like it's growing up, it's getting to be really big, man, and I love being a part of big things, man. So just like, why not? I just want to give it a try. See how it works.
Do you have anybody in mind that you'd like to fight, or you just take whoever they'll give you right now?
Whoever they'll give me, man. I really don't do the call out thing. I'm just ready for whoever, man. It's like when opportunity comes, I'll definitely be prepared.
Yeah. You know what I love about bare knuckle as opposed to boxing and even MMA is like it's way more relatable to real world. So like anybody could be a fan of bare knuckle because everybody's been in a fist fight in their life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, definitely.
Not everybody's strapped the gloves on. Not everybody's been in a jiu-jitsu tournament or, you know what I mean? Like, so not everyone can relate to MMA. Not everybody can relate to traditional boxing, but bare knuckle, there's really no mistaking what happens when you put bare fists up and start slinging them in his face,
Yeah, it's like a street fight. Yeah,
you've done that a few times, Derek. You had a few street fights.
Yeah, yeah, quite a few.
Have you ever had any actual bare knuckle boxing matches, or
No, never. This, when opportunities come, it'll be the first time. Yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well, that's great news. Congratulations to you and Kevin. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Will you be down at Knucklemania?
Yeah. I think I may come check it out. Where's it going to be held at again?
Back to Florida. Back to Tampa.
Back in Florida. Okay. Yeah, man. I'll probably come check that out, man. Yeah, I would love to see it live, man, because I heard it's a lot different live. You know what I mean?
It sounds.
So yeah,
it's that sound. That sound.
I'm dying to get to one live for sure. And the place that it's at actually is Jenkins. Is it Jenkins Arena in Lakeland?
RP Funding Center. The Jenkins Arena is inside it. There's a couple different arenas inside, but yeah, RP Funding Center is in Lakeland, which is the Tampa Bay area. It's the outskirts of the Tampa Bay area. But if you're interested in coming, if people are interested in coming, they need to. This is Super Bowl weekend, so you really can't go wrong. I mean, you come here for bare knuckle fighting, which itself alone is going to be the time of your life. But also the Super Bowl weekend. There's even with COVID and social distancing, the NFL knows how to do this properly, and there's going to be parties everywhere, and there's going to be things for the kids to do and things for families to do. and knock on wood, the Bucks will be in the playoffs. So it's good for us, the hometowners. So, but yeah, it's Derek.
It's my dog, man. He
I was like, that's a weird.
Must have got stuck in. Yeah, he must have got. He must have tried to break out and hurt his neck. Sorry.
Oh no.
Jeez. Check on that guy.
That was something else back in my house, killing one of my dogs.
I hope the Bucks are in there, man, because obviously, being a New England guy, I would love to see Tom get another ring on his own.
Yeah. Well, we've got a tough road. We're playing the Saints. That's tough alone, but that's a great game. We all want to watch the Saints, so that's gonna be a great game. But no, we're happy to have Derek on board. I was gonna say, Derek, if you do make it down to Tampa, I think we'll take care of it. Get you put up and give you a place to train, give you a place to hang out, work, eat, sleep, all that stuff. So just let me know for sure.
Okay,
Kyle,
cool,
I'm
man.
sure we can find a tent for Kyle.
What's that?
I'm sure we can find a tent for Kyle.
Yeah. Oh man, I love sleeping in tents.
There you go.
I made a living off that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
definitely.
that. Well, thank you guys for coming on. Anything else you guys want to put out? Go ahead.
Derek, it's all you, man.
Hey, man. Like I said, I'm honored to be a part of it, man, and I can't wait to do it. That's all I gotta say, man. I can't wait. Definitely looking forward to it, man. Hopefully, I can make some noise in BKFC, man. Hopefully, I can make some noise.
I think you're gonna for sure, man.
Hopefully sooner than later.
No, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Thanks,
Cool.
thanks to Derek for coming on. I wanted to just shout out to everybody, and instead of a post or a press release, I wanted to kind of do it something a little bit different this time. We're honored to have Derek as a part of our team. I think he's going to not just be a phenomenal fighter, but I think he's going to bring a lot to the table in regards to some of our younger fighters as well. There's nothing like hanging out with a vet that's done this and can talk to them. So again, I know it's an individual sport. And I talked to Derek about this before. We really are a team. We're a family. We've got cut men and cornermen and trainers and nutritionists and attorneys and you name. We've got everybody in, and whatever anybody needs, we make sure that they get it. And also that feeling like that they belong. I mean, that's one of the best feelings around. And they know with Smith Brothers, they walk into a place and they know 4 or 5 people are on the team and they've got their back. And if somebody shows up without something, it's already happened. I mean. It kind of goes the way with the training is right now. You go somewhere and you're set up with training, you're set up with a gym, you're set up with a place. And now we've got fighters all over, the U.S. and the world. We've Tyler Goodjohn being from the UK. We've got fighters from all over the world, and it's just expanding, it's growing, and it gives people that sense of comfort, I think. And DJs.
So
DJs.
And the DJs.
who is the top guy at 165? Don't mind me asking.
Oh, man, I don't want to throw it out there. Who's the top guy right now? It's kind of open. It isn't 65 open. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's you got a lot of people clamoring to be in 65. I know that they're looking at 65 right now. It's I've got people that are 95 say I'll make 65. They want to come down to that. So I know Julian Lane. I want to say at one point he was down that weight, but he's I think he fought. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he fought Thiago Alves at 85.
85,
looked phenomenal. He was huge. He looked like a beast, but he's fought down as low as 65. So I mean, you've just got a lot of people down there right now. I think you're the man, though. I think you own that 65.
Right. I even think Thiago Alves could make it back down to 165. So you got definitely some decent competition out there, but
okay,
you got a clear path to the top of that division for sure.
Yeah, cool, man.
Great train, running through.
There you go.
Definitely, man. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
All right. I appreciate you guys coming on. I'm going to let you get back. Yeah, Thiago Alves is 165. It says Mike Hunold in the comment section. So I know Hector Lombard called out Thiago Alves today, but Hector Lombard's 185. So I don't know. All these weight classes are all blending together now. So
yeah, it's all around. Yeah.
Just grab a fight and fight someone,
Yeah.
No,
I
we're
wouldn't mind
excited.
going after Thiago Alves. Yeah, that'd be a good fight for me. I mean, like I said, I'm willing to go against anybody, man. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah,
Just give me somebody. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Thanks, Kyle, man. I appreciate it. Derek, thanks for doing this tonight, man. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
For the rest of the Smith brothers team out there, keep training, keep working. If I missed talking about anybody, I do apologize. But thanks again, Kyle. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank
All
you
right,
guys
man.
for coming on. Congratulations on your new venture, and best of luck for you, Derek Finley, in the BKFC.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you.
See you, Derek.
All right.
And I'll thank you, Kev. Have a good night. And thank you to Kevin Smith and Derek Finley for coming on and making that announcement. I was a little weird with the 3 people on. I apologize if I cut you off, Kevin, but thank you very much. BKFC Knucklemania coming up February 5th. You catch all them Smith Combat guys and lady on that card. It's going to be fire. It's going to be the biggest card they've had so far. But if you are a fan of BKFC, you will know that, like Kevin said, each time it's getting better and better and better. Absolutely stoked for those guys. Can't wait. And before I get out of here for the evening, I just got to shout out my sponsors one time. I got the boys over at Killfoot Clothing. You saw that badass shirt that Dave Delgado was wearing on here tonight with the AR-15 and the flag on the. You see me wearing those shirts too. American-made products, veteran-owned, veteran-ran. Great people, great product. Support Killfoot. Go to the website right now. I believe they got a special going on the new snapback Killfoot hat. Go get yourself one of those. And finally, you hear it every time I'm on here, Holding Hands Massage, man. I'm telling you right now, neck pain, back pain, leg pain, sciatic nerve, IT band, whatever you got, whatever you need, any pain you got, whatever pain you need alleviated, go see Jackie Holden. VA clients, go to www.holdenhandmassage.com. Non-VA clients, go to massagetherapix.com. Get yourself an appointment with Jackie. Go see her. She'll take care of you. And tell her I sent you. All right. You guys all have a great night. Thank you for tuning in on back-to-back nights with Mission Accomplished. I know tonight's show was a little long, but we had a lot to talk about, and I think it went great. Thank you to Brendan Lambert for coming on. Thank you to Dave Delgado. Huge thank you to Kevin Smith for everything he's done for me in this show so far. And thank you and good luck to Derek Finley in his journey into bare knuckle boxing. For now, I'll see you next Wednesday when I talk to John Lee Chelbeck and Drew Lipton prior to their fight at BKFC Knucklemania. And go microdose some magic mushrooms, would you? Take care of yourselves. Mission accomplished.